Hello everyone, my name is Gosia Wolnik and I'm a life coach, and I would like to introduce Gosia Zemba, who is an astrologer, and Jutta Klipsch. She is a life coach and mentor. Today we will be discussing empowerment, what it means. We would like to discuss the importance of keeping ourselves empowered. So, Gosia, I will start with you, and you have prepared a definition of empowerment.
Yes, I have the definition of empowerment. The process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. And this process involves restructuring three main areas. One is your thought patterns, your beliefs, your habits, so you personally. Two is your immediate environment, so your relationship, your situation at work, at home. And three, the tools which will allow you to influence the existing social structures. But for change to happen, you need to be aware that a shift is necessary. So that the road to self-empowerment starts with you. In my opinion, controlling one's life does not mean that you will always do whatever you want to do. It means that your self-esteem, your ego doesn't shatter every time you face an opposition or you have to do something you haven't planned or anticipated. We operate in a specific structures, and each layer of this structure has a potential to make us powerless. If we start the process of self-empowerment with blaming the structure or blaming ourselves, we will never claim our rights or our confidence. It has to start with an honest and critical evaluation of our own role in the process. This part is best done with a counselor, somebody who can objectively look at your situation and guide you to recognize how your thoughts and your beliefs sabotage you. But when you become aware of the whole mechanism, the hard work of changing it depends on you. My path to self-empowerment led me to astrology and Reiki. These two systems helped me to actually recognize my talents, my gifts, but also the things which make life worth living. Also, I could recognize the attributes which I don't like in myself. But these two elements help me to create a more balanced view about myself, my psyche, my immediate environment. Both astrology and Reiki boosted my self-esteem. And in turn, I became calmer, and the most important part is that I became more curious about the world around me and open to learning, ready to broaden my horizon, open to the world. Transformation does not happen in a blink of an eye. It takes time, tenacity, and patience. The more you change, however, the more your situation shifts. And these two aspects come back to you as a loop and make even bigger changes. A teacher asked the kids at school, can you tell me something important that did not exist 100 years ago? Yes, me, said Johnny.
Thank you, Gosia. When I totally agree with you, especially in a context of that we need someone who um, will guide us and show us that the way we are thinking and the way we look at what we are doing or situation we are in, that we need like sort of second opinion or different perspective. And that reminded me of a couple of my clients who have totally different uh, idea about what empowerment means for them. So I will give you some examples. For example, opportunity of making my dream come true. Because we all have dreams, and when we remove the obstacles to fulfill those dreams, that will be like motivation. But then going further and pursue those dreams, it's motivation, and it has to come from inside. Other my clients said creating emotional and mental climate in which I can grow and move forward. So we usually come in our lives to the situation when we think I can do more, or I deserve more, or I want to have more. And then it comes from within, and it motivates us to go further. But as Kosha said, we need to have someone who actually um, uh, put everything what we think in perspective, so we can analyze the situation we are in and be more motivated to go forward. Another client said that it is a permission to act, authorized by yourself and allow it to happen. So I find it very fascinating, because very often we don't give ourselves permission to act. We have excuses to actually stay at the same point as it was 10 years ago, maybe even more, maybe 20. So when we give ourselves this permission to act, then we can expect better results, and that our higher level needs will be fulfilled. So Yuta, why you think that keeping ourselves empowered is very important?
Well, empowerment for me is achieving some flexibility, because like we are run, as we know, 95% by our subconscious, and we are on automatic pilot all the time. So we are not empowered if we are on automatic pilot. Something runs us. It's sort of like being a robot. So for me, empowerment is when you get out of this automatic behavior, automatic thinking, when you're actually starting to be aware and becoming an observer, and like saying, okay, like I react this, is that really useful? Like, is this really getting me where I want to be? And really, awareness is one big aspect of empowerment. You have to be aware, and get off the automation, which is normally run us. So yeah, becoming aware and flexible, and really thinking, what's useful? Is this serving me? Is this, the other thing is, empowerment for me is taking responsibility for your own life, taking responsibility for your thoughts, taking responsibility for everything. Because I mean, stuff happens in life, you can't do anything about it, but you can take responsibility how you respond. You can take responsibility how you react, and yeah. So if you don't take responsibility, it's sort of like a two-sided sword. Like, okay, you have to take responsibility, but it means also that you have power, because when you take responsibility, that means you can do something for it, against it, whatever. But if you don't have responsibility and other people are running your life, you can't do anything about it. So you have to take responsibility. That will empower you. So that is probably the biggest aspects I can say. And also, if something happens and you feel really disempowered, you have to think out of the square. You have to create possibilities from nothing. From nothing, there's heaps of possibilities, like, but if you're stuck in a box and you don't know what to do, so as I don't know if it's Einstein, everybody has a different opinion, but you cannot solve a problem with the same energy that was created. So, like, you have to expand and get out of the box and look different. Like, perspective is big thing. Like, if you look at something the same way, you get the same views, you get the same viewpoint, you get the same. So nothing changes when nothing changes. So, start. And I think with a coach or with a counselor or with somebody else who has a different perspective and is more objective.
And sometimes we are too close to the problem.
Of course. I mean,
and then it is that we can't see, because if you look at your problem so close, actually you don't have a broader view.
I mean, even as a coach, I mean, I've got all these tools and stuff, but sometimes even I need to have a mentor and say, okay, Jutta, why don't you look, like, it's not because we're coaches or counselors or helping people, and doesn't mean we don't need any different eyes sometimes or different perspective, who helps us to get out, like, it's just we're all human beings, and it helps so much to change perspective and be objective, and like, not taking everything personal and everything so significant,
So in summarizing, I can say that empowerment, it's a cornerstone of what we are doing. Myself at my Life Recipes coaching, that's the main objective for my clients, is to empower them, that they move forward and take action and take responsibility for their actions.
Yeah, for all of us.
Yeah,
it's just the basis of what we three doing.
Yep.
That's sort of the thing. You can have heaps of knowledge and heaps of information, but heaps of knowledge and information doesn't give you transformation. Only action gives you transformation. You can have all the knowledge in the world, all the information and Google, but if you don't put action in, you can't get transformation without action.
Yes, and with this empowering statement, I would like to finish our conversation today, and I would like to encourage all of you who are listening to us and watching us on Facebook to make comments and start a discussion. Are you agree with us, or do you don't agree? So please let us know that you are listening and watching us. Thank you.
And maybe something, there was some thought, food for thought, or like some seed was planted, or you started to think about something differently. Let us know for that too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.